I'm the mom who knows nada. My name is Brianna, and this is the Mama Knows Nada podcast. We're bringing Maggie back this time to talk about her entrepreneur life and how she and her husband came to open up a chiropractic facility here in St. Augustine. It is called Next Level Family Chiropractic, and we're just going to talk about this whole endeavor, what inspired you to open your own business versus working for another person, and all that kind of good stuff. So welcome back, Maggie. I'm excited to talk about your professional endeavors now.
Thank you.
Especially since you had to move and do all these things. I want to see how the business is going. So let's talk about it. What inspired you to become a chiropractor in the first place?
So I've been going to a chiropractor since I was 4 years old. I have cleft, and cleft babies are really prone to earaches. So I was getting a lot of earaches, and the doctor thought I probably would have to get the tubes in my ears. So beforehand, my mom was like, let's try a chiropractor. It really worked. I didn't need tubes in my ears, and my, earaches really just went away. And that was kind of it. So I was always a fan of chiropractic. And then I think what really solidified it for me was my dad took a really, really bad fall, and then a year later he had a stroke. And the fall and everything kind of made it was paralyzed from the neck down. And we had our chiropractor would come in and adjust him in the hospital. And now my dad has full functioning in his arms, hands, everything. He's a little sensitive to the temperature changes, but he can drive a car. Wow. He's feeding himself, everything. You wouldn't even know. So that really honed in. I want to heal and help people as much as I can. My chiropractor helped my dad. So that was why.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. It was amazing.
The power of practitioners. Yeah. Well, I'm like, man, I got 800 more questions about that. But we'll talk about your practice instead. Tell us about it. What kind of people do you serve? Ages, family focus? What is your
little niche?
What's your niche?
Yeah. We are family focused. We serve, babies who just came out of the hospital from being born all the way to, I think our oldest patient was 98 years old. So we serve them all. I personally love the pregnant mamas and the babies and the kids. My husband is really big with the athletes, and our niche is kind of, that active family that knows the benefits of healthy lifestyle, healthy living. And we just kind of want to give them preventative care.
No, I love that. Yeah. Now, do you have, or your husband have any additional resources or certifications in order to be chiropractors or to specialize in any specific age ranges?
Yeah. So we have to take 5 boards, and 2 of those are the PT boards. So we have the PT kind of background. We both did the master's in sports chiropractic at the same time as our doctorate. And then certs-wise, we've taken a lot of seminars. So we have, the rock tape, cupping, Graston, and Webster's technique, which is specific for pregnant patients. So we have kind of all of those ones. And then movement.
All the things.
Yeah, movement screening is a big one we love. So we're in that too.
That's awesome. Have you found it difficult to move to a new state and start your practice here, or has it been pretty steadily growing?
I would say at first it was terrifying because we knew no one. So, we're just saying, hi, this is who we are. We hope you like us, that type of thing. But now, each month we have steadily grown and grown and grown. And I prefer that. I don't like the spike and the drop. So each month, as long as we're continuing on the uphill, I'm cool with that. And we're trying to get involved in the community as much as we can. And having a baby, we kind of can get out more and do things that we really wouldn't have done if we didn't have Layla. So,
Oh, that's a really good point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Huh. Those kids, man, they really get you out in the world.
Right. They force you to get out there.
Just wait till she's in a preschool or a kindergarten, and then you get,
Yeah.
That would be real fun.
Yeah.
It's great. This I always think is interesting to work with your partner, both professionally and personally. So how do you navigate a work-life balance with your husband?
I think we got kind of lucky because meeting in school we were always each other's lab partners. We always had the same schedule. And it was that balance of, work and then coming home and having a relationship. And with school and finding that balance, it just really helped us say like, hey, we're going to put the books aside. We're going to go out on a date. Or now with work, we take that car ride home from work to home and we kind of wrap up the day and say, all right, we're going home now. Let's kind of switch gears and focus on family. And that's been really helpful too. And we always have one date night a month that we say, like, let's go somewhere we haven't gone before, like out to a restaurant or do an activity. Last month we did surfing. So we never surfed before. So that was fun. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good for you guys.
Yeah, it's fun.
Back in the day when I lived in California, I started working out so I could learn to surf because my boyfriend at the time was really into it. Yeah. And then I think I didn't even like try once. I was like, there's no way I'm ever going to be able to stand up on that board.
I know.
Good for you.
I did not think I'd be able to. Like, I'm not fit yet. I'm working on it. And, the waves hit me a few times, but we kept riding it. So.
I mean, good for you.
Yeah.
6 months postpartum and you're out there surfing. Like, yeah. I'm impressed. That was not me. That's still not me. So kudos to you. How do you juggle work with motherhood on that note?
Honestly, like, that creating your own schedule and being your own boss, you can say like, this week I want to spend more time from 10 to 2 home with the baby because I really feel like I'm really missing her. And if there's a huge gap, I usually head home and I spend time with her, and then we get to bring her to the office too, which is great because it's our office. So that was a huge perk for me of being like, well, if we want to have a family, like this is a huge advantage to having our own business. So
no, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, I work from home, so my kid's here, but I mean, he's in preschool. But like when you know what I mean. Yes. You know what I'm trying to say. I got you. Do you strive to keep any routines for yourself?
I would.
And your family.
I would
we can
say,
include them too.
Like routines. We're really big into trying to work out 3 to 4 times a day because it just helps like make us feel really, really good. Keeps our mental health really good. And we have a 2-car garage that we don't park our cars in because it has gym stuff. So at least we don't have to leave the house. We just kind of work out in the gym. That's been helpful. And then we've been taking a huge step back from social media too. And that's been really, really helpful. Just having our boundaries and, not getting distracted like 3 hours later scrolling through Instagram and you're just like, what am I doing right now? And TikTok, it's so hard. Like TikTok is my downfall right now, but trying to set those boundaries has been really beneficial for us.
Now, do you use them for your business at all, or are you taking a step back from that as well?
Business, yeah, we had to do that. So we use Instagram and Facebook a lot for the business, and then it's just one account. So I usually just do all of our social media posting. So once I hit 5:30, like I don't tend to do it anymore through the day.
I think that's a really good boundary to have. You might need to send me your notes on how to.
Sure, it's really hard. Some days I hate it. I'm like, what am I doing? I could really just enjoy some Facebook right now, but trying.
Just like scroll through. It's like some of the stuff is so helpful and insightful, and then other stuff I'm like, why am I watching this?
I know. Like the Amazon hacks of what I need to buy on Amazon to make my kitchen look so nice. Like I'm very guilty of that, and it's a very hard habit to break.
I just need someone to come in and like organize my pantry. There's no way I'm going to do that myself. No. Every time I try, I just fail miserably.
Absolutely. So, yeah. I get such a bad headache. I have to like leave the store and I say I can't do anything the rest of the day. Like I'm done.
This is totally off topic, but I get the same way. Like I'm like trying to get so organized that it makes my head hurt.
Yes.
I'm like,
yes.
And because I can't figure out the most effective, efficient way. And I like have to like put my hands up and walk away.
Yes.
It's too much.
Yeah. No, I'm the same. I can't. I have to do it in spurts. No.
Yeah. But then when I do it in spurts, I like forget what I buy and what I put in place. And I have to like read
I know.
configure the system. Oh, see, it's causing me anxiety just talking about
I know.
it.
I found 12 mason jars that I've never opened before, and I thought I ran out of mason jars. So I have 2 cases of mason jars because I wanted to get organized. And now I have so many mason jars. So I'm being very creative.
You can use them as glassware.
Exactly. That's what we're up to now. Great.
I love it. Oh. Well, on that note, what other trials and tribulations, successes and victories have you had setting up your business besides the social media downfall?
Yeah. I would say we had a mentor who we had to shadow for 9 months, basically my whole pregnancy. And then we had a business coach that kind of got started with us year 2 in school that we have still. So they really prepared us. The one we could talk all the business end, and the other one we could talk more of the clinical end. So we felt like we were pretty prepared, like with what to expect cost wise and like all that type of stuff. Obviously, coming into a new town, and it's a very, local based town, there's always that fear of, will we be accepted? There's so many chiropractors now, and this area just keeps growing and growing and growing. So there was always that fear of like, how will we stand out that people will, even give us a try? So it's always in the back of your head. Yeah.
No, I think that's a really good point, because there are a lot of professionals here, but I also feel like there's a lot of people who need them or use them. Right. You know what I mean? Like, so I think especially with the area growing, I mean, there's so much development. Like when we moved here a few years ago, like there were there's still plots left. Like everything is bought or sold or in development. So there's always new people coming in who will require like your service. So I think, I think a healthy competition is always a good thing,
Absolutely.
But I'm not a chiropractor.
No, it's good. You're right though. It keeps you on your toes and it keeps you wanting to learn and continue to grow. So it's beneficial.
Yeah. And on that note, because there's like a million podcasts out there, right? So like why podcast? But at the same time, it's like, I think that as long as you're true and authentic to yourself and like your mission, both personally and professionally, like people understand that, and they would pick you over. I'm just guessing here, obviously, but like, I know from like my point of view, when people are like sincere and transparent, it's easier to be their like client or patient than it is with somebody who you don't feel like you can trust. So, that's what I base things off of. It's like when I'm doing my own personal thing.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that resonates.
No, it does. But... Absolutely. You want the genuine person that's going to try and get you better, steer you in the right direction or anything. Yeah.
Why was it important for you and your husband to open an independent practice versus going to work for an established practice?
For us, we're in clinic so long in school. We're in student clinic, then we're in outpatient clinic, and then we're in our mentorship outpatient clinic. So we've been under other doctors for about a year and a half to almost 2 years before you graduate. And for us, we really wanted to be different than how the traditional chiropractor is, that we just both knew that what we wanted, and we really wanted the same thing. And we said, why give those 5 years of being an associate when we could just dive in deep and just do it together? And we make a very good team when it comes to figuring out what we want and then kind of going from there. So we just went for it. Yeah.
Good for you guys. Yeah. Nice balance. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What are the we kind of talked about the perks of being an entrepreneur, like the hours and stuff. So, and the low quality of life it gives you. So what are the disadvantages of being an entrepreneur and a business owner?
I feel like it never really stops. Like you can never turn it off and say like, I'm done for the day. I never need to think about this till I get back in the office the next day. Like anytime we go out or, just anything, you're always having the business in the back of your mind saying, well, in the beginning is, what can I be doing more? Obviously I'm not doing enough. Like you just have those questions. And it's, you're betting on yourself and your ideas too. So it's sometimes very nerve wracking of, I hope I made the right bet. Like I feel like it could really work. I just hope all the steps kind of align and it grows, so it's never ending. yeah, you're always on the clock, I feel like.
Yeah, I could see where that's really difficult too.
Yeah.
I know inspiration strikes me at the worst possible time, so I can imagine what it's like. Ooh. What are your long-term goals for the practice?
Long term, we would love to kind of build our own practice, like kind of do a huge build out. We would love to do like a clinic hybrid with a gym eventually.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah. So those were like our extreme goals, but I do know we really want to have a build out down the line. And then right now, my long term goal with the business is I really want to kind of create a pregnancy center here in St. Augustine. Yeah. So it's, different entities coming together under kind of like one roof. And all these moms and postpartum moms have a place to go where they have a chiropractor or a pelvic floor specialist or a midwife or a pediatrician, where it's just a very empowering environment. So for me, that's like my long-term goal. Yeah.
I like that you said empowering environment,
Yes.
you know?
Yes, absolutely.
Everybody is on your team and cheering you on
Yes.
instead of telling you everything that can go wrong.
Yep, exactly.
That would be a switch from the standard of care.
It would.
How about that?
It would. Yes, it would.
Do you have any advice or insight for anybody who might want to start their own business, even if it's not a chiropractic practice?
I always say if you're passionate about something and you have this vision, get it on paper, find out a strategy and go for it. You know, the only thing that's going to stop you is you, because you'll find all the reasons not to do something. So, there's always going to be debt. There's always going to be that fear of money and stuff, but just keep going, like keep pushing through. Yeah.
I love that too. Because here's the thing, even if your business doesn't work out or it fails or it's not as successful as you want it to be, it's like you get something out of it, like you learned a lesson and you can take it into the next phase of life.
Absolutely. Yeah. 100%.
So that's a really good, I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Anything else you want to share that I didn't ask or I forgot to ask?
No, I really think you hit everything on the head. I have nothing else. Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. That's what I try to do here. I might not know much about parenthood, but I'm really good at asking questions.
Yeah, you are.
I got something going. Hi, this is Maggie. Her practice is called Next Level Family Chiropractic. You can find them at nextlevelfamilychiro.com or on Instagram and Facebook at Next Level Family Chiro. So Maggie, thank you so much for representing your entrepreneurship and you and your husband's partnership in the professional setting. I'm the mom who knows nada. That's your entrepreneurial podcast for the day. Have fun learning all the things you didn't know you needed to know.
Perfect. Thank you.